So something strange happened when I saw The Monkey in theaters. During the climax of this movie, my theater lights suddenly went on. I was like, wait, what? The movie's not even over yet. The climax of this movie took place during nighttime, and I had a hard time seeing what was going on. I was like, wait, what's going on during this scene? And it was like, how did this happen? The monkey did this, didn't he? I doubt that. It was just probably a little technical problem at my theater, so hopefully that's one and done. Hey movie buffs, I'm Jack Benner, and welcome to my review of
The Monkey!
The Monkey is a new horror comedy from Neon, adapted from a Stephen King short story directed by Osgood Perkins, starring Theo James and Theo James. The Monkey follows twin brothers Hal and Bill, both played by Theo James. During their childhood, they come across a cursed wind-up toy monkey that belonged to their father. Their world turns upside down when it causes random gruesome deaths surrounding them. Before I get into my review of The Monkey, any new viewers coming across my channel for the first time, welcome to my channel. I am Jack Benner. I talk about movies on here. I do movie reviews, both old and new, and from time to time I do some lists on here, either a top 5 list or a ranking video. So you like movie content? Like what you see so far? Definitely considering that like and subscribe button for more exciting movie content down the road. I was looking forward to The Monkey after loving Osgood Perkins' last film, Longlegs, from last year. That movie was a gripping, engaging, and disturbing mix of crime and horror, and it was one of my favorite films of last year. Terrific performances from both Micah Monroe and an unhinged Nicolas Cage. I know there are some people who probably thought Nicolas Cage was more amusing and comical rather than creepy and terrifying, but to me, I felt like his unhinged energy worked for that character, and Cage definitely creeped me out in that movie. There she is, the almost birthday girl. Cuckoo. Osgood Perkins did a fantastic job directing that movie, and that movie demonstrated him as an exciting new voice in the horror genre, and I just love the disturbing atmosphere and mystery throughout the film. I know not everybody loved the film, it was somewhat divisive, but I'm on the side that loved that movie, and I'm also pleased that that movie grossed $126 million worldwide under a $10 million budget. That is awesome for indie horror, gaining so much word of mouth and had great marketing to it. After that film, I was highly anticipating what Osgood Perkins' next film would be. A month after I saw Longlegs, I saw a teaser for Osgood Perkins' next film, The Monkey. Hearing what it was about, a different approach to horror genre, now a horror comedy. Back with Neon, the cast is really good. I was instantly excited. And with the trailers of this movie, this looked like a blast as a dark horror comedy. This was one of my most anticipated horror films of the year, and I saw The Monkey a few days ago. What are my thoughts on it? I enjoyed it. I think it's good. Not great, however. There were some things holding him back from me absolutely loving that movie, but I did find this to be an entertaining follow-up to Longlegs. Let's start with the pros. To everyone in the cast, Theo James is excellent in the movie. I remember him from the Divergent films way back in the day, and I haven't seen his work on the TV show The White Lotus. I believe he got an Emmy nomination for that show. So if you have seen his work in The White Lotus, let me know how he is in that show down below in the comments, and is that show worth a recommendation? But here in The Monkey, it was a great opportunity to showcase his versatility as an actor and how he excellently portrays these twins. Mainly Theo James as Hal gives the strongest performance here. Just how he greatly plays a meek, reserved, and hardened from his past, and when the monkey returns, the more stress he gets, and you do understand his character from his history and the emotions he's been through and not wanting his son to have anything to do with the monkey or Bill. And Bill is the exact opposite of Hal. He's more of a bully, and when he gets older, the twist with him I found quite interesting, and I don't want to give anything away. And I found the story in this movie, the setup, very well done. How this killer monkey comes into the story and tore this family apart. I was attached to these twin brothers with their animosity, frictions, and why they become estranged over the years. As for Perkins' direction here, he definitely knew what horror movie he wanted to make here. And it was exciting to see him branch out in the horror genre, going from a crime horror film to a dark, absurdist horror comedy here, aiming for a similar work of Joe Dante or John Landis. And when it succeeds as an amusing, oddball horror comedy, it does work. Just a shock value here with the deaths in this movie that are quite jaw-dropping and gory. Like, A lot of blood in this movie, and some people explode in this movie that are just unexpected, set up well, and some that have my jaw drop. And this felt like Osgood Perkins' version of Final Destination. I wonder if he thought, there's a Final Destination movie coming out. I'm gonna make my own version. And it did remind me of Final Destination with shots of objects foreshadowing a death. And this movie did a great job of establishing the monkey as a threat. Just from the look of it, with its eyes, shit-eating grin, and a different wind-up toy monkey than the cymbal-beating one in Toy Story 3. And it does work effectively when it plays the drums, and how it takes its paw with holding one drumstick and how it spins, and that playing circus music and the drum beating. And it did a great job with the building of tension with that thing. And whenever you hear its music, it'll just like, oh, something's about to happen, something messed up, I know it. And it also does establish the rules of it. The monkey chooses who it kills, and you can't really request for someone to die. And I really did appreciate how this movie built up the monkey as an intense presence throughout the film. Unfortunately, there were a few things that did falter this movie, so let's get to the cons. First, I felt like the tonal balance between dark humor and horror, that balance felt a bit improper. I do wish it was a bit more atmospheric and haunting. I did want more of some of that atmosphere that I loved in Longlegs that I didn't entirely get here. I felt like the surrealism and its absurdity overshadowed the terror a little bit. I felt like maybe Osgood Perkins was trying to go for two different tones, horror and comedy, and I felt like one genre overshadowed the other. And I wanted more of a proper balance between those tones, and I felt like the balance between those two conflicting tones didn't entirely flow, and maybe some comedy did feel out of place and maybe a more serious or scary scene. And I appreciated that this movie went for an emotional core with the twin brothers, and I felt like it could have been an opportunity to add more weight, particularly in the climax of the film. And it does attempt at an emotional moment, but it felt rushed. And it just felt like a brevity and an afterthought. It was just like, oh, just done with that? Okay. It just didn't really stick the landing of an emotional impact that I was hoping for. And lastly, there was one other supporting character that was connected to Bill, and how he just tries to find a way to get the monkey back in the story. And honestly, I didn't really find this character that funny and kind of got annoying after a while. To sum up, despite that I felt like there was a lot more to be desired, particularly in the writing department, The Monkey still succeeds as an amusing horror comedy with strong direction from Osgood Perkins and a terrific dual performance from Theo James. I would recommend this movie to you if you love Longlegs like I did and you're excited to see this movie. Do give it a shot. Or for any horror buff, or if you have a twisted sense of humor and you love dark comedy, do go see this movie. I think you'll have a fun time with it. However, if you didn't like Longlegs, and I'm not sure how you'll feel about this movie, either you might be underwhelmed by it or you might like it more than Longlegs. And I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this movie if you didn't like Longlegs, or if this movie doesn't seem like your cup of tea at all, you're not a fan of the horror genre, you don't like dark comedy. Do avoid this movie. And the more I see films from them, Neon is continuing to impress me. Parasite was absolutely phenomenal. Anora seems to be the frontrunner to win Best Picture, and this was a fun time. And I'm always looking forward to seeing more films from Neon. And now to grade it, I'm going to give The Monkey 3.5 stars out of 5. A B. This looks like a promising year for horror. And what other horror movies am I looking forward to this year? In April, we got Ryan Coogler's new film Sinners, a vampire movie, and Michael B. Jordan plays twins in that movie. That looks great. I can't wait for it. And I just saw the trailer for this recently that skyrocketed in my most anticipated films of the year and summer. Raka Raka is back directing a new horror movie for A24. Bring Her Back. Their follow-up to Talk to Me, which I thought was awesome. Them doing another horror movie. I don't know what it's about, but the teaser trailer intrigued me. I can't wait for that. And finally, also coming out this summer, I haven't seen the first two movies. I will plan to do that before this one comes out, but 28 years later, that teaser trailer was awesome. Has a great cast. Danny Boyle is directing. I know he directed 28 Days Later. So I'm excited to watch 28 Days and Weeks Later before 28 Years Later comes out this June. I can't wait for that movie. So I would like to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of The Monkey? Have you seen it? Do you agree? Disagree with my review? Or if you haven't seen the film, are you interested in seeing it or not? Let me know down below. Did you enjoy hearing my thoughts on this movie? You want to see more reviews like this in the future? If yes, please hit that like and subscribe button if you're new here, and don't forget that notification bell for my next upload in the future. It really means a lot. My social media links will be in the description down below. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and if you'd like to see my written reviews, I do have a letterbox, so you'd like to follow me on there as well. And until the next video, I'm Jack Bitter, and look forward to another movie review.